Okay, so you'll notice that if you've got your wee books there in front of you, the first one that we're going to do a demo is the one that you've obviously just tasted, which is the Twizzler. And again, the Twizzler's relatively basic, easy for anybody to sort of go through and do. And the idea of the Twizzler actually come that it's one of the things that we did in the Sharp Blades team earlier this year. So I actually managed to get my hands on a book that came out of the UK, published in 1980. So this was something that they were doing back in the UK in 1980, and I sort of thought it was a great idea to sort of put something different on the shelves in the butcher shops and supermarkets in New Zealand. And the feedback that we have had from it's been absolutely fantastic. So like Michael, he's just going through there and he's putting 3 meatballs to a stick with a piece of streaky bacon. You'll see in your wee book there, you have a look at it, you can sort of follow step by step and go through. You can use like the recipe that we've got here for you, which is a dried thyme, garlic and chilli flakes. Again, just an idea. Some of the guys are just using like their hamburger 6% seasoning and just rolling them out of that. It's entirely up to you. You know, these are only ideas. But it's one of those things, like so when we've been doing them and talking to the people, you know, there's not a lot of guys that like making grill sticks, you know, having to go through the process. So this is just another form of a grill stick with just something a little bit of a different spin to it by putting your streaky bacon through it. I don't know, what did you think of the taste of them? They taste all right?
Too much pepper.
Too much pepper? So again, that's something that you just, and you adapt to it, yeah. If you wanted to aim them at kids, you might want to take the pepper away and just stick with a basic meal, no? Then if you want to spice them up and turn them into an adult's kebab, then you can do it that way.
What sort of costing are you doing on them? Like, what are you charging for one of those?
Well, they've actually varied between $2 and $3. So, which is quite good money. Because what we've sort of noticed in the market, a grill stick has a market point, a price point, doesn't it? $1. So, you know, you'll get the odd place that'll be selling them for $2, but you see a lot of grill sticks for $1. And when you guys know yourself, like I don't need to tell you that when you've already got something, it's very hard to get the price of it up. But when you introduce something new into your cabinet, it gives you an opportunity to actually increase your price. Because one of the reasons that we, you know, like, there's a main reason you go into business or you're in a business, isn't there? And that's to make money. It's very hard, so if you can adapt something new, get a price point to where you want it. And like we were saying before, like we've just done small meatballs on them. If you want to make them more expensive, go bigger. If you want to drop them, go smaller. There's nothing stopping you just putting 2 meatballs to a stick. You guys, like we were saying before, you know your customers, you know where things are selling. But it's one of those things, like how many you sell by multi-buy now? Majority would be using multi-buys, wouldn't they? Yeah, so, you know, like that seems to be the way that, and most of the guys that we talk to seem to be talking $2 each or 6 for 10. And that's their multi-buy. And it might be one of those things, you might use your multi-buys to get it going, and then once it's selling really well, you drop the multi-buy and you just get what you would like for them. But again, that's entirely up to you. You know, like you might want to spice them up a little bit more with a couple of cherry tomatoes just to get a bit more colour. Recommend, you know, just a wee bit of a garlic steak sprinkle or a Hawaiian coating or something on top just to again change the appearance of them. But the feedback that we got from the North Island over the last week was that these were the biggest and easiest to sell straight away. Like guys were into them the next day and they were moving. We were getting emails to say how good it was. They did a wee article on the Retail Meat New Zealand website about a month ago now and sort of said that the cutting edge workshops were coming up. They put this in there and guys were trying it. I had one of the stores that I deal with, he put 10 trays out. Within 30 minutes the 10 trays were gone. Because he went to have a look at them, because until I said put them out, he was, where did you put them? Oh, they were there. So, you know, but they put their own spin on them as well.
You know, if you've got a favourite premix of a gourmet sausage, you know, if you're unsure of them first, you know, you could use that first, so it's not going to really cost you as much money. So, you know, when you've got a filler, you've got another kilo of meat still in the nozzle and things like that, maybe try that first, and they may not cost you as much as if they move. But these ones here, they're great for taste testing too. You know, if you can do a taste testing on these, they'll move a lot quicker. It's a big thing to try taste testing on a Saturday when you're most busiest. But when you do taste testing, I only put one meatball per bacon rash. So don't do a taste testing with 3, just shoot with 1 meatball with the 2 feet. But I done it at my shop, and they were $3 each or 4 for 10. And they moved. More people bought the 4 for 10 because you're really getting 1 for $1, but realistically they're not. But a mindset says they're getting 4 for 10. So a multi-buy is good, good ticket, and you know, tell a story on it. And with these kebabs, when you do sell them, make sure you tray them up in a tray. You know, you're doing them, so when you sell them to a customer, put them in a tray instead of just put them in a bag, so when they don't come home, they're not squashed. So if you're going to sell them, make sure you have a journey from the shop to your car, to the person's car, to the person's house. You know, because they bought it like that, that's how they want it when they take it home.
Yeah, exactly.
But I haven't had trouble selling them. Saturday, I only make them on Friday. So they're a good barbecue and barbecue option, because when you've got bacon in them, you can take out the price, you can put a price on it. Do you know what I mean? So if you're just going to put 3 meatballs on it, you're only going to get $1, $1.50. Put a bit of bacon and a season, you've got a price point different to a normal kebab.
Have you played around with the meat component, like lamb, chicken?
I've done a beef one as well. But whatever is popular with the gourmet risotto, that's what I'd use.
So you, like you say, you could do a lamb one easy.
Yeah, so I'm thinking lamb
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Lamb-
It all depends on where
lamb
you want your price point to be, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And then, like at the moment, people are looking for food for the barbecue.
Yeah. But
So
then
it's-
again, you mix it up with a multi-buy, so then you can pick and choose 2 for all, 2
Yeah.
of this, 2 of that. And, you know, it just gives more perception.
Yeah.
So how many of those would you sell on your Friday in your shop in Brisbane, and how long will it take to roll the balls out? Get them prepped up, mince in a lot. Like,
Well,
That's as fast as the guy using the mincer and the...
I just roll them up on a Friday,
yeah,
put them in your cold room, and then the next day just do the bacon.
yeah, so prep it up
the
the day before. Yeah.
Yeah, but no disrespect to the 2 girls, but they did maybe 120 in an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, cool.
So,
Yeah.
and that was the first time they've done it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I reckon Cronus could knock off 40 in about 20 minutes after the meatballs rolled the day before.
Can I get a friends like you, mate? Where do you find them?
But like, so you'd run yours through your inject the linker, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a cheat at my shop. I've got a Handman or a linker.
Yeah,
so they just
perfect.
pump out
Yeah.
balls. But if I didn't have one of those, I'd just do it the night before. Or get an ice cream scoop, get a small ice cream scoop.
Yeah, nice.
You know, you get the ball scoops and all that.
Yep. Yep.
You can put them pretty quick, but I do the meatballs the Friday afternoon and get the bacon ready Saturday, so you're just doing one job, but only do 30, 20 or 30 for the
Sell
first
them out
day.
for the weekend.
And once they sell, you can just tell people, I'm going to make some next week.
Yeah.
You know, that's the big secret, is don't do 50 and then you're going to be stuck. Just do 20 or 30. But you won't have trouble. You just got to remember, something like this, people are a bit scared too. So on a Saturday, you want to do some tasting. Just put a toothpick and 1 meatball of the bacon. That would get people going. But the multi-buy is a big thing.
And like, so most of you guys from use the new world, you got your hot plates there, haven't you? So you're lucky. You know, you can do the tastings, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you haven't got a, not lucky enough to have a hot plate, you've got, you know, you can get your hands on a frying pan.
Easy to run through your W.
Yeah, just get somebody to work with you and get them out there, eh?
Yeah, easy.
And like Michael said, when you're doing samples, even the meatball doesn't need to be that big. You might have a couple of small meatballs.
Yeah, just off the toothpick.
Just enough to fill a wee toothpick to actually give them that flavour. So, yeah. And like to say, we like, just to give us a little bit of idea, when you see something like that selling, what sort of price in your store? What do you reckon you get for that? Or what would you try and get for it if you were putting them in there tomorrow? $2? $3.
$3, yeah.
You might as well start where you really want it, isn't it? It's not like starting down here and thinking I'll build them up.
Yeah, better off starting high, and if they don't move, you drop them down a wee bit,
Yeah.
but you can't go back up once
That's
they're there.
right. And use your multi-buys to help you.
Yeah.
And then once you know you've got them going really well, you can drop your multi-buy.
And you've got to talk them up to where you kick them off, though. Like you've got to, get them going.
That's right. And that's the whole idea about coming along to like so these and bringing as many of your staff as you can. Because like so you guys will know that if you go back to work with an idea but the other guys sort of don't really believe in it, you'll struggle to actually push it out. So you actually need everybody to believe in what you're doing. So if you are going to make something like this, then go back to work, get the frying pan out and cook it up so everybody gets a taste. And even like so you know, your meat packers right across the board, everybody who works in your department, so when whoever's in the meat case, somebody's looking for something a little bit different, they can actually sell it.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the comments, a lot of our customers, and you guys know it yourself, how many of your customers actually don't know how to cook and need your help? Lots of them, isn't there? So that's exactly it. If you can help them and give them the right cooking instructions and they come back, they'll buy them again with good luck, rather than sort of being disgruntled because they weren't satisfied. So yeah, nice and simple. And as I say, these have been a good seller.
These are ones that obviously we did in all of our demos, and one of the ones in Wellington last week, we had someone who'd never come to one of these before and didn't do any value-added products in their store. And this is the one he took home and thought, okay, if I'm going to start somewhere, I'm going to start with this. And he sent us an email. Must have gone home, we did it on the Friday, must have done it on the Saturday in the shop. I just did 30, and he came back, sent us an email and said, well, they sold in an hour. And he was sold then going to go and try a few other things. And yeah, so that's a shop which, you know, customers weren't used to this kind of product, so they obviously saw something different and saw value in it.